Emotions run high in all the soaps this week, as recent events well and truly leave their mark. Natasha Blakeman fights for her life in Coronation Street, while David Platt is blamed for Johnny Connor's demise. Emmerdale sees Gabby Thomas go into labor, and an arrest is made in the wake of the Maze fire. Hollyoaks and EastEnders are home to huge returns, as soap royalty Leela Lomax and Stacey Slater return to their respective serial dramas, and quite frankly, we could not be more excited. The former will face off with old nemesis Janine Butcher, while the latter will come to Sienna Blake's aid. It's going to be a week to remember in Soapland, and here's just a hint of what's in store. Sam pays Natasha a visit in hospital ahead of her operation, after she was shot by Harvey last week. Natasha tells him she loves him, and is proud of the man he's becoming. Sam doesn't say it back, however, overwhelmed by what's going on. Nick Tilsley watches on as Natasha says goodbye to her son, before she is taken to surgery. He knows this might be it for her. Gabby goes into labor in Emmerdale. Kim is stunned when Gabby finally snaps, admitting that she will not be a part of her baby's life. Hoping to run away sooner than she initially planned, Gabby secretly packs, but she suffers pains in her stomach. And before long, she collapses to floor and starts going into labor, with no one around to help and no power in her phone. The house in darkness due to a power cut. Diane, meanwhile, shares a moment with Bernice as they prepare to collect Gabby and escape from the village. Little do they know, however, that Gabby is fighting intense labor pains. Stacey returns to EastEnders with a huge bombshell. Stacey returns, and Jean and Lily are thrilled to see her, but Martin feels on edge. Stacey asks to speak to him later. Martin opens up to Zach about Stacey, and Zach encourages him to go for it with her. Later, Martin decides to reveal his true feelings, but Stacey interrupts and drops a huge bombshell. Sienna pays Summer a visit in Hollyoaks. Sienna agrees with Liberty to fight to get her job back, but she soon gets a call back from one of the petrol stations she phoned with CCTV footage of the car that killed Brody. After receiving some devastating news, Sienna visits Summer in prison. With Summer's words haunting her, Sienna begins to question everything and everyone. Corey caught out in Coronation Street. Asha spots Stu wearing a Weatherfield County backpack, and she's sure it is Corey's. She and Nina resolve to track Stu down, aware that this could be their only chance to prove Corey's guilt. After tracking him down, Nina tells Stu they need his help. Nina explains how Corey's backpack could prove he killed Seb, but Stu is adamant he doesn't want to get involved. Mina is terrified Priya will start speaking the truth, possibly revealing key information about her being responsible for the crimes that occurred. She therefore makes her way to hospital and heads towards Priya, planning to silence her forever, but she's thwarted by the arrival of a nurse. Kim breaks tragic news to Pearl in EastEnders. Heartbroken Kim makes a huge decision, as she sits down with Pearl to tell her that her dad Vincent is dead. Afterwards, she breaks down in Denise's arms. Leela Lomax returns to Hollyoaks. Grace fills Maxine in on her latest man troubles, with Sienna listening in. Hearing that no one trusts Nate makes her jump to conclusions, so she confronts Nate about killing Brody. Determined to avenge Brody, she climbs into a random car with the keys left in the ignition and she is about to run him over, but Leela shows up and tells her to get out of her car. David feels guilty in Coronation Street. The residents reel from the traumatic events, while Leo breaks the news to David that had they had the sinkhole repaired sooner, the catastrophe of the previous evening would never have happened. More tragedy hits the street. Charity and Mackenzie are up to no good in Emmerdale. Charity and Mackenzie are desperate to get up to no good, and when Mac hears from Charity all about Chloe's obvious wealth, he senses an opportunity.